I'm here today not to speak for everyone who can understand what it's like to be at the intersection of sexuality, race, and many other cross-sections of society. I'm here today just to lend my voice to those who may not feel like they have a voice. I grew up in a small town, Zachary, Louisiana, and I never had anyone who I could identify with. Yes, there were people of color in my community, and there were maybe even people who identified as gay, homosexual, queer, whatever term you feel is acceptable. But no one ever publicly lived that way, so I had no idea of who I could talk to, where I could go to really understand the feelings that were going on inside of me at 16 when I first identified as being a gay black male. And to stand here today and tell you this story and say that publicly with a smile on my face means that I've come a long way. And I know there's so many other people who have to deal with this and understand who they are because they're already dealing with issues centered on just their color and not the content of their character. So then when you introduce anything else into that equation, such as sexuality, you really start to realize that there is some deep things that we have to start identifying within our society. What does it mean to be a man? And does sexuality have anything to do with your masculinity? That's a question that I've had to ask myself over the last 38 years of my life. And I still don't have all the answers, but I know that by me lending my voice to others, it's a conversation that's happening and people can understand that struggle. My story really began a few months ago when I had an opportunity to be on a show called Southern Charm New Orleans. And who would have ever thought that me, being this person who lives very quietly as a gay black man, would ever get on national TV and share a very personal story. It brought me to tears. It brought those who were with me on that swamp boat, because yes, I came out on a swamp boat. But I want to correct myself, as I feel like I should correct many other people. I did not come out. I let the world in. I've always known who I am. I have never doubted, never had any fears about being a gay black man, but I always feared that people would question my masculinity as a result of my sexuality. And again, I don't know if those two words even belong in the same sentence because they don't have anything to do with each other. I am a man, I pay bills, I take care of my family, I cut the grass, I take the trash out, whatever it is, I guess societally considered normal to be a man, and I just happen to be gay. I don't understand why so many people place such a big and heavy burden on people to prove their manhood in many senses, especially when you're already dealing, again, with things that center on your race. You have to prove yourself. I grew up in a household with a single black mother, and while my father was in the picture, he wasn't in the household. And I always would be reminded of being the man of the house, and what does it mean to be the man of the house? That responsibility placed on a child at a young age is that's a very heavy burden to bear. And then when you're starting to realize that there are certain things that I, as a gay black man, have to also carry and bring about with me, then I realized that, you know what, there's so many things that I probably just should keep to myself. I'm not able to share my emotions. I'm not able to share my feelings about all of these things stirring around inside of me. And I know there's a lot of people like that. I've heard from them. After coming out or letting the world in on Southern Charm New Orleans, I've heard from people across the world who told me that they understood, that they felt my pain, they felt the struggle, and they themselves may not have even been a part of that struggle. They may not have been a man, they may not have been a woman, they may not have been gay, whatever, but they were humans, and they identify with my human story. And there's so many people who understand that we all are carrying these different burdens for whatever reason. As a society, we place too many heavy burdens on each other. So what are we gonna do to resolve that? What are we gonna do? What conversations are we gonna have amongst our peers and with our mentors to really understand how we can be the change agents? There's so many people who I did not know existed before really getting an opportunity to understand who I was as a person. So Bayard Rustin comes to mind. He was an indispensable force within the civil rights movement, and he was a gay black man who actually married, or not at the time married, but was in a relationship with a white male. So there's just so many things that I'm sitting here learning and trying to figure out, like, why do I not know about these people within history? Why are they silenced, or why are they not a part of the story that's being told? So this individual who helped Dr. King in many ways. Never heard his name until just maybe about a year ago. Why? So now I want you to have an opportunity to understand that there are people who have been fighting this fight a long time. And even before me, even before I shared my story, even before I let the world in, there were other people who were silenced because they knew that there was a greater good at stake. Here I am today sharing my story because of the greater good. So what do you have to contribute to this conversation? That's what I want you to leave here with. What can you do? If you have a friend who you may think is dealing with a certain struggle quietly, how do you approach them? How do you, without getting too personal, let them know that you care? So that's one challenge that I want to leave you here with. Getting to know your friends and really being a friend and supporting them and finding a way to let them know that you support them without maybe overstepping your bounds, because it's a very sensitive subject. It is something that I don't know if one of my friends came to me in college and asked me about my sexual orientation, if I would have been willing to share it. But the approach may make all the difference. And then also, if you are not understanding your sexuality or your sexual orientation and dealing with so many other things in society, just be sure you find resources. There are so many resources out there that exist, and I really want you to understand that you are not in this fight alone. So whether you have someone who is on national TV telling you it's okay, or someone on your college campus telling you it's okay, or in any other organization, just know that it is okay to be you. There is no reason that you should you should not spend any time just worrying about what people think of you. It's what you think of yourself. So as long as you're okay with who you are and you are happy and healthy and able to live your best life, that is the only person that you have to compete with is yourself. And I am finally able to say that I am a strong, gay, black man who has no worries about what anybody thinks of that, how anybody feels about it. And I know that my voice is a voice that speaks to so many people. And if we can get to that point of really having that conversation, then I think we're going to be much better as a human race and just as a society in general.